So let's begin our practice by finding a nice long spine. You can either sit up on a little bolster like I have here, or a cushion or a brick or anything you have. If you don't have any of those things, maybe just rolling up a little blanket. And you can always feel free to pause this video at any moment if you want to go and get anything like that you need. So we're trying to get a nice long spine and a sense of rooting down through the tailbone. It's almost like you have a magnet on your tailbone that's pulling you down. And then we'll draw the belly button back to the spine, drop the shoulder blades back and down the spine, like you're inserting them into little pockets either side of your spine. And we feel a nice lift in the chest and a lengthening through the sides of the waist. And this way we can allow the energy to move freely through the body, up and down. If we have a little bend, the energy may stagnate and get a little bit trapped. So we're just trying to open up the body and allow the breath to flow. So we're going to look at different types of breathing, and the first one we're going to start with is actually a Tai Chi breath. So on the inhale, bringing the arms up nice and slowly, seeing if you can make your breath last to the top, and then at the top just turning the palms over, taking a little pause and exhaling. Nice and slowly, like you're pushing the energy beneath your hands. And then just hovering gently at the belly button. We're trying to ground down, feeling that sense of grounding energy through this breath practice. Repeating as we inhale, rising up. Turn the palms over and exhale. Hover at the belly. See if you can begin to feel the energy beneath the hands. Inhaling as we rise up. Turn the palms over and exhale. And for the last few, let's build a little more pace. Inhaling up. Exhaling, feel that you're grounding as you come down. And the last one, inhale, rise. Filling the upper body with breath. Exhale, rooting, grounding, and coming all the way down. And then for a moment, we'll just bring our palms to our inner thighs, palms facing into the thighs. And just feeling a nice sense of grounded rootedness through the tailbone. And softly close over your eyes. And at this point, it can be nice to insert a special intention for your practice, if you have one, for yourself or for anyone else. Just seeding a little intention. Anything that you would like to manifest in your life. And just repeating that now a few times for yourself. Lovely. And then slowly, let's open the eyes. So I'm going to remove my own bolster here, and you can do the same if you're up on one. And let's just change the cross on our legs. Now remember, if it's a little difficult for you to sit in cross-legged position, you can choose some different ways. We can maybe line the heels up with the pubic bone and then lining each heel up. If that's a little difficult, you can move your legs a little further out, move them away from you. If you have quite a lot of flexibility, maybe you'll come into half lotus pose, bringing one foot up onto the opposite thigh. And then just see if you can get that nice straight spine again by bringing your fingertips behind you and just lengthening out of the tailbone. So this time we'll inhale and draw both arms up, pointing through the fingers, and then we'll just be going to reach up and out of each hip socket, almost like we're waving from left to right. It's like you're trying to reach something that is just beyond you. We're lengthening out of our hip sockets, lengthening the sides of our waist, and then holding still, taking our ujjayi breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. See if you can draw the arms back in line with the ear. Turn the palms to face forward. We're working in under our armpits. Well done. And let's bring the right arm and hand down to the mat. Inhale and really reach up and out of our left hip socket. Someone is pulling your fingers to the ceiling. And on the exhale, bend deeply into the right elbow. When you get to your full deepest stretch, just rotate your chest up to the ceiling. And breathe in and out through the nose. Pushing into that palm, we'll rise up. Inhale. And this time on the exhale, bring the left hand down and bend, stretching and up and out of the right hip. When you get to your deepest stretch again, just rotate the chest up to the ceiling and pushing all the way up. Let's just repeat that one more. Right hand comes down. Inhale, lift up out of the left hip. Stretch through the fingers, bend into the right elbow. Rotate your chest up to the ceiling. Feel the twist. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale, drop the left hand and bend into that left elbow. Rotate your chest up to the ceiling. Feeling the stretch from the right hip. And inhale as you bring yourself back up. Hands in prayer. And release slowly to the heart center. Let's take a little twist. We'll bring our left hand to the outside of our right knee. And we'll bring our right hand behind us, roughly in line with the spine on the floor. And you use it just to straighten through the spine. And then on the inhale, spiraling up through the crown, draw the belly in. Exhale, twist and look beyond your right shoulder. And we're just holding and breathing in and out through the nose. And releasing back to the center the other way. Right hand on the outer edge of the left knee, left hand behind. Straighten the spine. Inhale as you spiral up through the crown. Exhale, twist and look beyond, far beyond the left shoulder. Keep drawing the belly button in, and with each exhale, twisting a tiny bit further. Well done. And releasing back to the center. So we're going to come forward onto all fours. So in Vinyasa, as I mentioned before, we like to transition or flow from one pose into the other. So moving from the cross-legged seated easy pose onto all fours, we can bring the palms down. Inhale as we draw the chest forward, tuck the belly in, and on the exhale coming up and over. So obviously these transitions are just something to work towards and just something to practice in increments. And don't worry if you feel that you're a long way from that. Over time, as you practice, you'll get there. So let's stack our hips approximately over our knees and our shoulders over elbows, over wrists. And just see if you can gently rotate your inner elbows to face forward. Lift up through the belly. Draw the tailbone back and the crown forward. Separate the fingers nice and wide. And let's move into the cat-cow flow. So inhale, draw the chest forward as we hollow out the lower back and the bum goes up. And then on the exhale, we're drawing the belly right back in, rounding through the upper back. Drop the head and squeeze through the belly. And that's the cat. And then inhale as we come forward into cow, pressing the hands into the mat, leading with the chest. Exhale, rounding into the upper back, squeeze the belly. And you might like to close your eyes here, flowing on your breath, exhaling back. And just enjoying the sensation of your spine flowing freely. This is great for removing all tension from the spine and lubricating the spine. Just a couple more rolls. Pushing back into the last cat. Squeeze the belly. And let's release to a nice flat back. Lifting up through the belly. So this time we're going to, on the exhale, slide the right foot back behind us, coming to the toes. Let's begin to ground down through the right arm. So this is a great pose for developing strength in the arms and wrists. And we're going to lift the right leg, but keep the right hip in line with the left. And then reach and stretch through the left arm. And just keep your gaze to the top edge of your mat, lifting through the belly. Just doing your best, flexing through that right foot. And release the leg. Feel free to give that right wrist a little shake out. It's so good for building strength in the wrists. And let's move to the other side. So sliding left toes back. Begin to push from the top left shoulder head into the mat. Lifting the left leg, keeping both hips in line, so trying not to hitch it up higher than the right. Lift through the belly and then reach through the right arm. And again, we're trying to keep our neck in line with the rest of the spine. We're really strong through that left arm, like a lead pipe, and we're lifting through the belly. And release. Well done. And just give a little shake out of that wrist. So let's practice that again, and we'll add on a little twist this time. So sliding the right toes back, lift the leg, flex the foot, reach through the left arm, reaching, like you're stretching in opposite directions. And then let's bend the right knee in, and with the left arm, a swing back. See, can you catch the foot and roll the left shoulder open? If you can't catch the foot, just laying the hand over your lower back any way that you can. And kick that hand into the foot. And release. Let's do the other side. So sliding the left foot back, lifting from the hip, flex the feet, reach through the right arm, strong belly, strong left arm, bend the knee. And again, a big swing back. See, can you catch anything at all? If not, don't worry. Roll the right shoulder open. If you can catch the foot, no bother. Just try practicing kicking the foot into the hand more than pulling. Just do your best. And slowly release. Well done. So let's just do another few cat-cows here, just to relieve cause tension in the spine. Exhale into the cat, round into the upper back, squeeze the belly. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And just enjoying that. Well done. So we're going to bring the knees together, tuck our toes, and ease our buttocks back onto our heels, coming to a little perch as we prepare to bring ourselves up to standing. Squeezing through the belly here and squeezing the knees together. See, can you spread your toes nice and wide on the mat? Fingertips to the floor. So we're going to practice coming up through a little bit of balance. Just see how you get on. If you fall out, don't worry, just practice coming back. Yoga is always about just making the attempts, not about arriving at the destination, just enjoying the journey. So finding a little point, we call it the dristi, something to focus on ahead of you on the floor, squeezing the legs together, and see, can you begin to bring your hands onto the knees and lift up through the chest, dropping the shoulders back and down. Squeezing the knees together will really help. Then on the inhale, maybe rising up with the hands. Exhaling to the heart center. Well done. Keep looking at the drishti, that one point of focus. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the heart center. Well done. We'll bring our fingertips to the mat. Inhale to the chest. And exhale, lifting up. Draw the nose towards the knee. Straight or bent legs. And then separate your feet to about hip width distance and see, can you walk out of your hip sockets a little bit, like you're walking with the hips. And bend deeply the knees, so you're bringing your belly and chest onto your thighs. Lift up the soles of your feet and see, can you stand on the palms of your hand. This is our gorilla pose. And then release and relax the crown towards the mat. Just enjoying this little reversal of energy, oxygenating the whole head and neck and brain area, bringing lots of new vital nutrients. A reminder to breathe in and out through the nose, Ujjayi breathing, our fire breath. Maybe some of you on the next exhalation can begin to straighten the legs and begin to rock a little bit more into the balls of the feet. And draw the nose in towards the knees. Great stretch for the back of the neck. And then we're going to release our hands, bring them onto our hips, come to a nice flat back position, sending the tailbone back and the crown forward. Inhaling, and on the exhale, slowly rising up through a straight back. Well done. So we'll step up to the top of our mat, bringing our hands in prayer at the heart center. We're going to clasp and turn the clasp inside out, lifting up, trying to draw the arms in line with the ears, and practice what we call the palm tree wave. So feeling like you're trying to keep the ceiling from falling in on top of you. Breathe in as you push up. And on the exhale, we're going to bend to the right, sending the hips to the left. Inhaling at center and exhaling to the left, hips to the right. Breathing in at the center. Exhaling to the right, really lifting up and out of the left hip. One more, inhaling at center and exhaling all the way to the left. Inhaling at the center and release. So we're going to step the feet out to a nice wide stance, moving towards our triangle pose, a great stretch for the sides of the waist. So let's point our left toes directly out to the left and angle the back right foot in at about a 45-degree angle. And really try to push your soles into the mat like you're trying to split the mat in half. Strong legs. Then inhale, let's bring the arms up. And for the moment, just bring your gaze towards your left middle finger. Feeling the arms nice and strong. Then on the inhale, begin to stretch forward through the left fingers and send the right hips to the right. Reaching as far as you can go. When you can't go anymore, just bring that left arm down to the inside of the left leg. You can let it hang nice and loosely. And reach up through the right arm. We're trying to draw the right hip back. And draw the left hip forward, tucking it under. Maybe you can bring your gaze towards that right thumb. And breathing. Feel like someone is pulling those right fingertips up to the ceiling. Ujjayi breath. Well done. Down to the mat, framing the left foot. Just pivot a little bit on the ball of the left foot. Try to ease the right hip forward, draw the left hip back. Inhale, draw the chest forward. And on the exhale, see, can you bow forward a little bit towards the left knee. Finding your ujjayi breath, enjoying the stretch. If it's too intense, you can bend that left knee. Just playing around, seeing what works for you. Inhale, we'll come back up onto our fingertips. We're going to walk both arms to the front. And we're going to have a nice wide stance in our feet with the toes pointing towards each other. Bring your hands to your hips. Come to a nice flat back. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our hands down. See, can we grab the outer edges of our feet? Take a breath in, and on the exhale, release the crown just in the direction of the mat. So don't worry how close or how far you are. Find your ujjayi breath. Inhale, bringing the palms to the floor. And again, you can bend the knees if you need to. And let's walk them far forward on the mat for a deep spinal stretch. So we're pushing back into the heels, pushing the hands, and just allowing the whole upper body and the heart to rest between the arms. Just enjoying that stretch, feeling that stretch all the way from the tailbone, along your spine, out through the neck and the crown of the head. And for a slightly deeper stretch, begin to walk your hands back. See, can you bring them in line with your feet? Elbows pointing back between the knees. And inhale as we come up. And let's heel toe the feet in a little bit. Bring your hands to a flat back. And rising up nice and slowly. This time we're going to point out through the right feet to the right. Angle in the back left at a 45-degree angle. And come to triangle on the right side. Keeping the shoulders nice and soft and relaxed. Feet are engaged fully with the floor. Inhale, begin to reach and stretch through the right arm. And hips going to the opposite direction. Release the right arm down to the inside of the right leg. And the left arm stretching up. Maybe looking towards the left thumb. And keeping that right arm nice and relaxed. We're trying to draw the left hip back. Tuck the right hip under. Imagine someone is pulling the left fingers all the way up. And keep drawing the belly button in as you can. One more breath. Well done. Bring both hands down to the floor, framing the right foot, and pivot a little on the ball of that left foot to draw it forward. And easing a little bit out of the hips. Inhale, draw the chest forward. And exhale, folding forward any amount. Like you're coming to kiss the knee, but obviously don't worry if you're not. Over time you might. Finding that lovely, lovely ujjayi breath. You can bend the knee if it becomes too intense. One more breath here. Coming back onto the fingertips. Again, we're walking both hands to the front. Bring the hands to the hips. And this time we're going to draw them out to the side like wings. And then we're going to clasp them behind. So just do your best. Seeing how that feels. And on the exhale, releasing again with straight or bent legs. Like as if you have a magnet on the crown of your head. is drawing your head slowly towards the floor. Arms are rising, great stretch into the shoulders and shoulder blades. Legs and feet are strong. Inhale, rising up to flat back. Exhale, let's bring the palms to the mat and walk them forward again for a wide angle stretch, downward dog stretch. And drop the chest between the hands. And inhale, let's again slowly walk the hands back in line with the feet and relax the crown, just doing your best. Breathing. Pressing the hands in, coming back up. Well done. So we're going to heel toe the feet in to the edge of your mat and see, can you bring yourself into a squat pose. We're going to make our way down slowly to the floor. Just rocking a little from left to right, easing gently out through the hips. And then maybe holding still, bring the hands in prayer, and our elbows are gently pushing out through those inner knees. Great stretch for the hips and the thighs. Again, imagine you've got a magnet on the end of your tailbone, drawing it down and the belly is pulled in. Find your one-pointed focus ahead of you on the floor, and let's take a few nice ujjayi breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Call to mind your special intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Allow the breath to help you float with ease in the pose, even finding one moment in the breath before you release. And remember, you can work up to holding these poses. Don't worry how long you're holding them for right now. Well done. And we're going to come down to seated, maybe bringing your hands behind, and slowly straighten out those legs. Well done. So let's find our sitting bones. Just move the flesh of your buttocks away and bring your hands down to the mat and begin to lift up through the chest, flexing the feet. We're going to come for a nice forward bend, Paschimottanasana. So let's inhale the arms up, stretching through the fingers, tuck the belly in as you exhale and begin to reach forward, reaching, maybe beyond your feet. Bring your hands to wherever they land, and inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold. So we're moving forwards and down. Release your head towards your knees. So wherever you're at with this fold, just relaxing the head now, enjoying a few breaths, and having your intention with each exhalation that you're moving forwards and down, extending from the tailbone and wiggling a little out of the hip sockets. Just working with your body, working where you're at. Over time you will notice progression. And inhale, let's lift up, walk your hands all the way back up your legs. Well done. We're going to slowly come to the floor, so bringing your soles to the mat. Let's bring our hands to cup our kneecaps. Begin to tuck the belly in, round through the upper back. And on the exhale, we're slowly bringing the spine to the mat, just doing your best, trying not to collapse at the end. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And then taking a nice stretch through your fingers and your toes. And now let's hug our knees in and give our back a well-deserved massage. Making some nice circles. And changing the direction of your circles and really hovering on any parts of the back that feel sore or achy that you'd like to give a little extra massage to. Then we'll keep the knees in close to the chest. Draw the arms out in cactus, palms open. Relax and melt your shoulder blades into the floor. Inhaling at the center, and on the exhale, let's drop the knees over to the left and turn our gaze to the right. If the bottom knee feels a long way from the floor, remember you can put a little brick or a pillow underneath it just to support the twist a little bit. And over time, you will be able to remove that brick for sure. Relax your gaze towards the right elbow. And just feel your shoulder blades melting into the mat. Observing any sensations now in your body. Keep drawing the belly button back towards the spine. It's protecting the lower back. To release, let's bring the head and neck back to center first. Then inhale both knees back to center. And on the exhale, just dropping them to the right and send your gaze to the left. And slowly bringing the head and neck back to center, and slowly your knees, hugging them in again, and just give your massage a nice, your back I should say, a nice massage into the mat, making big circles in one direction and the other. And then we're going to squeeze everything into the center. On the exhale, can you lift your chest and your head up towards your knees and roll yourself into a tiny, tiny ball. And exhale, releasing and preparing the body for a nice relaxation in Shavasana. Corpse pose, as the name suggests, is the death of all activity. A moment to rest and release. And here you can just release any conscious ujjayi fire breathing. And just allow your breath to gently find its own space in your body, wandering wherever it might. Enjoying the heavy sensation of your spine as it relaxes back down into the mat. Feel the joints opening, relaxing, releasing. And as you lie here, perhaps again taking a moment to recall any intention that you may have set at the beginning of the class, and just beginning to repeat it gently for yourself a few times. Reaffirming the seed that you planted. If the mind is busy and wandering incessantly, just bring your focus of attention back very gently to the breath. Being one on the mat now with your body and your breath as one unit together. slowly we'll begin to deepen the breath. And on an exhale, take a nice big stretch, exhaling through the mouth, stretching through the feet. Slowly begin to hug the knees in and massage the back down one last time, making some circles in one direction and the other. To the right side in fetal position. Taking another moment here to connect to the deep peace and space created in your body from your practice. And slowly we're going to bring ourselves back to seated. You can maybe lengthen out the top leg, push into the left hand, and just bringing yourself up any way that's comfortable into seated easy pose. We'll bring the hands in prayer at the heart center, and let's close and seal our practice as we bring the prayer to our third eye chakra, the space between the brow. Taking a breath here for kind and loving thoughts. Bringing the prayer to the lips as we breathe in for kind and loving speech. And finally to the heart center, breathing in for love and compassion for ourselves and all. Finally, taking a gentle bow forward in gratitude to your own bodies for allowing this practice.